Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Off the Mat. My name is Josh Dumoulin, and no, I'm not necessarily doing this episode solo today. This is just an introduction for a workshop that I just recently did for Champion and our Summer Passport Challenge. So what we did was we just did a workshop on Friday for a bunch of the members who are participating in the Summer Passport Challenge, and the topic was something that I saw online. And it was a question that somebody had asked ChatGPT. Now, of course, everybody here knows about ChatGPT and different AI programs and everything. And one thing that I really find interesting is what most people use ChatGPT for, and then all of the other stuff that you are capable of doing with it. And there's a lot of powerful stuff with it, but a lot of people use it for some really basic stuff like how to rewrite an email or write a message to somebody. And yeah, that's really cool and it's fun, but it almost seems like a neat party trick, if anything. One thing that I found really interesting was this prompt here that somebody asked, and what it was, they asked, you've read every psychology study and every psychological thinker and philosopher. What are the 5 things everyone must understand about their own psychology, or they risk failing at life? And what it did was it gave us 5 things that are the brutal truths in psychology and the way that we think. And it was just something that really made me think about all of these things and how they tie in to Taekwondo, into martial arts, and in life. So we made this a topic for all the passport holders there, and we did it virtually there. So we recorded it and we've put it up here. So I really hope you guys enjoy this episode. Please, if you guys really like this one here, share this one here. It was an awesome one. It was a lot of fun, and all the members had a lot of value out of it, and I really hope that you guys do too. And then I'll need everybody to mute themselves for this part here. There will be some spots where I might ask you guys to unmute, maybe ask some questions, but what I need you guys to go and get is a piece of paper and a pen. Now, depending on how old you are, you might need mom and dad to help you out with this. So go ahead and have some notes for you guys. And mom, dad, feel free to help them out, write some stuff down. And even if you have to kind of steer them in some directions with the questions I'm going to ask throughout here, feel free to. That's totally fine. They need a little bit of help. They need a little bit of guidance with it. So don't hesitate to just kind of jump in there with them and kind of guide them along with this and everything. So as I said, the stuff that I'm going to go through with you guys here has been really it's been stuff I have spoken to you guys about. Other coaches have said this to you guys. Other people in your life have probably said this, and you've probably heard these things all along. And now it's just like, well, the messaging is there, and now I just need to either take action on it and apply these things. So just let me see here. I'm just going to share my screen. Share the window. Give me 1 second. Just give me some thumbs up if you guys can see the screen and the presentation piece. Okay, good. Train your brain like a black belt. 5 mental secrets to level up in your Taekwondo and in life. So Taekwondo isn't just about kicks and punches. It's also about mastering your mind. If you can learn to understand how your brain works, you'll become stronger, not just on the mats, but in life too. Today, we're going to learn 5 big ideas about how your brain works and how they connect to your training. These are secrets. These are just like secret moves for your mind. So everybody's always looking for that next trick. How do I throw my side kick better? How do I throw my jab better? How do I move? Where's the footwork? How's all this stuff going? But really, we neglect this so often and too much. So we've got to make sure that we are still training this stuff here, and we are still putting this at the forefront of our training. What is ChatGPT? I know you might be thinking, where are we going with this if I'm already starting with ChatGPT? And just raise your hand if you guys know what ChatGPT is. Okay, of course you guys do. How many of you guys have used ChatGPT? Probably a ton of you guys, right? How many of you guys have, be honest, kids, be honest here, don't lie. How many of you have used it to cheat on some school stuff? Yeah, I see some of you guys shamefully putting your faces down. I know. Okay, listen, ChatGPT is a tool just like anything else, and it is absolutely something that you should use to help you with stuff here. But this was an interesting thing that I saw, and this is why I wanted to tie this in. Somebody asked ChatGPT, what are the 5 most brutal truths in psychology? Now, if you know how ChatGPT works, ChatGPT is it's a large language model, and it is taking all of the data, everything it can gather from everywhere online, and it is taking things and it is compiling all of these things and giving you guys the answers. But the problem is most of us use ChatGPT in this archaic thing. I write a text that I say, rewrite this more pleasantly, rewrite this more angry. Can you help me rewrite my email here? And we're using it for very basic stuff. And this person here wanted the 5 most brutal truths in psychology. And the answers based on the knowledge and everything that ChatGPT has access to, the following 5 things came up as the most brutal truths you should know and understand. So things that you need to know about your psychology. 1, your brain lies to you constantly. What you avoid controls you. You are not who you think you are. You are who you are practiced being. You are wired for emotion, but you're built to regulate it. You will suffer either way, so suffer for something worthwhile. And I'm going to break all of those things down so that way you guys can not only understand each one individually, but how you're going to be able to apply them for Taekwondo, but your life and everything else involved. Because again, if we can master these 5 things, they are going to help you out a lot. So how are we going to be able to use these here? Give me 1 second. Where are we at here? Participants, somebody's. So let's go to the first one. So your brain lies to you constantly. What do we mean by that? We might be thinking like, how does that happen? How does our brain, the thing that I am in control of, how does that lie to me? Well, are we really in control of it? Well, your brain tells you stories and not all of them are true. I can't do this. Everyone is watching me. I'm not good at sparring. Those thoughts feel true, but they're not always facts. How many of you, when you started Taekwondo, and don't unmute, just raise your hand if you have any like feelings of this, where you have felt some of this stuff here. How many of you, when you started Taekwondo, or maybe when you went to school, or anything in your life, ever said to yourself, I can't do this? And be honest with yourself. It's okay. I do it too all the time. I'm working on some stuff back over here, guys, that seriously I have been putting off because my brain has been telling me I can't do these things. And it's just unacceptable. Like, I don't know why, but our brain does it to us. Who's ever said to themselves, like, I don't want to do it. Everybody's watching me. Anybody ever feel like that? A little bit nervous? Like if I go up and perform my kick, if I go up and perform some moves for the class, everybody's going to be watching me and they're going to judge me and they're going to think all of these things. They're not going to think I'm good enough. Who thinks stuff like that? Right? Okay. That's your brain lying to you. You're capable, you're able to do it, but why? Why does our brain do that? Okay, so in Taekwondo, have you ever told yourself you're bad at a technique and then realized you just needed a little bit more practice? Anybody ever feel like that? Like, oh, I'm learning this move, I'm not very good at it, I can't do the move. And you practice it a little bit, maybe a few months later, maybe 6 months later, maybe a year later. Oh man, my side kick looks really, really good. Anybody feel like that? Anybody have that experience? That kind of breakthrough happen? Again, your mind lying to you. Okay. Maybe you've ever thought this person doesn't like me. Okay. But you don't really know. Your brain made up some story that like, they don't like me. This person doesn't like me. You've made up this story in your head about yourself thinking that they won't like me. Okay, again, your brain does this to you. So your challenge for this, and I want you guys to write this down, and I want you guys to think of how you're going to work on this particular thing and how to get your brain to stop constantly lying to you, telling yourself these little lies. What's something your brain has told you during training that might not be 100% true? Write that thing down. What is something maybe just recently you've gone through in class? Maybe what is something that you've overcome that you know when you started Taekwondo a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you know you struggled with, and you know that you were able to overcome it, and you went, I can do that. I can do that sidekick. I can teach a class in front of people. I'm capable. I'm able to do it. Okay. Write down something that you have told yourself during training that might not be 100% true. Okay. Think of that one thing. Now, if you're able to, think of one thing maybe that you're telling yourself right now in this current moment. What are you telling yourself right now? Is there something that you are thinking, I keep telling myself I can't spar that person. I keep telling myself I can't go do that competition. I keep telling myself I'm not able to go and test for this. I've told myself I can't do those 100 push-ups, that 302, the dreaded 302 that everybody freaks out about, but everybody knows about, and they know it's all coming for their black belt eventually. Oh, maybe he'll change his mind eventually. No. What are you telling yourself? Okay, what are you putting off? Okay. You guys got some stuff there? Just give me a little thumbs up if everybody's kind of got a few things maybe written down. Awesome. Okay. Next thing, what you avoid controls you. So when you avoid hard things, they grow scarier. But when you face them even a little, you get braver. So what we mean by that, I've told you guys, how many times have you guys told me? Or I've told you guys, do hard things. Like get in that ice bath. Okay. Go spar this person. Like go do those things that scare you. The more you avoid them, the scarier they get. And they begin to control you. Then those thoughts, going back to number one, okay, we start telling ourselves lies. Why? Because we avoided them. We said, I can't do it. So we avoid it. And then we start telling the lies. Okay, all of these things creep in. Okay, so what is it that you've been avoiding? Have you been avoiding a person that you don't like to spar? That fear only grows. It's only going to get scary. It's only going to get bigger the more we avoid it. Stepping into the ring, even when you're nervous, gives you that confidence. Okay, so again, it is going in and facing those things. If you avoid it, it's going to take control. So take control of the situation. Don't let it control you. Are you afraid to speak in front of the class? Who has maybe been old enough to you guys start maybe doing some, even if it's like reading a page from a book, like in front of the class? You guys, okay, Lila? Yeah, girl. Okay. Scary or not? A little bit? Guys, you would be shocked if I told you how freaked out I was when I was like Lila, like when I was like your age, kiddo, how afraid I was to speak in front of the class. Yeah. People would be like, no way, he wasn't afraid to speak in front of the class. Look at him teach classes. Look at him on the camera right now. Ask Miss S, not 5 years ago, how much I hated getting in front of something like this. Like when we started doing things like our weekly update in front of the camera, when we started recording podcasts, when we started doing these things, they were things that I was afraid of. Okay. When I was a kid doing presentations in school, even asked to stand up and read the one paragraph in front, I was afraid. It scared me. I did everything I could to avoid it. I would maybe try to time going to the washroom so I could leave, get out of the room, not read that section of the book. Maybe they would ignore me. Maybe they would move on to the next person. The more I avoided it, the more it took control. And it took me years to get over that feeling. So here's your challenge. Here's your thing I want you guys to write down. What is something you've been avoiding in training that you could face head on this week? Write something down that you can think of. Come here, Ryder. Ryder's just got here. Rocky just got here. Come here, boys. Say hi, everybody. Hi. So, what is something you have been avoiding in training that you could face head on this week? Okay. Is it an individual you've been sparring? Has it been sparring in general? Has it been maybe lazily doing those push-ups because you're like, oh man, I don't like doing push-ups. Everybody looks at me. Nobody looks at you. Trust me, nobody cares. Okay. Do them. You should care. So do them. Okay. Go through it. Start with 1, start with 2, start with 3, move forward, but stop avoiding it. Face it head on. Okay, there's your question there for that one. That's your challenge. All right. You are not who you think you are. You are who you practice being. You don't become confident or strong by thinking about it. You become that person by practicing it every single day. What we mean by that is, again, when I started teaching, it wasn't that I knew everything. I knew nothing. I still know nothing. I didn't know a lot about teaching. I didn't know how to lead class. I didn't know how to teach. It took me years to actually get good at it. Even in my first 5 years, I was still probably like okay at it. And that's something that we think. But I started really becoming that individual. I started looking at people I admired, and I started taking the steps to do what they did. Okay, so I started practicing who it was that I wanted to be. Was I that individual yet? Heck no. I wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. I'm still not there. But I'm going to practice being who I want to be. Hey, I'm going to practice. If I want to be a better speaker, if I want to talk on things like this, and I want to give good presentations, I'm going to watch the people that give great presentations, and I'm going to do what? I'm going to practice being like that. I'm going to take those steps to be better at that. When I wanted to be a better instructor, I traveled. I tell people this all the time. I would travel to other places just so I could watch people teach. Oh, they thought I was coming to train. And yes, I was. There was a little bit of that. But I was really going to watch, like, how do they teach this? How do they teach that? And I started, well, they move like this. They talk like this. And I started becoming that person. I started acting that way. And I practiced that. And I got good at it. And I developed those skills. So if you show up and give effort every class, you become that kind of person who is disciplined, even if you don't feel that way. But you've got to show up. Is it hard some days? Yes. Do you want to quit some days? Yes. But you got to show up. When you look at those other people, you think, what did they do? Hey, how about in life? You want to be a great teammate? Start by helping others every day in small ways. Challenge. This is your challenge for this one. What kind of person do you want to be in Taekwondo? And I'll make this a 2-part. Maybe make it Taekwondo and in life. Okay, so you got like maybe 2 things. Who in Taekwondo are you like, I would like to be like that? Or maybe it's not even Taekwondo. You're like, I just like training Taekwondo. Who in life do I want to be like? Okay, what kind of person do you want to be? What kind of person? Do you want to be somebody that's in shape? Do you want to be somebody that's fast? Do you want to be somebody that's disciplined? Okay, and what habit does that person do every day? So when you think of that individual, put that person in your mind. Okay, right now, think of it. You're like, what is it that Miss S would do every day? What is one thing? Well, she probably wouldn't hit snooze on her alarm, so I'm not going to hit snooze. She would probably go to the gym every day, so I'm going to go to the gym every day. She probably doesn't eat this type of food, so I'm not going to eat that type of food. Like what is it what is it that person does? Picture it and then do it. Okay? Or if it's me. All right, next one. I really like this one here. This is if I had to pick a favorite one, I think you guys probably hear me talk about this one a lot. But you are built to feel emotions, but also built to handle them. So it's okay. You will raise your hand if you know you have heard me say this before. It is okay to feel nervous. It is okay to feel frustrated. It is okay to feel mad. Anxiety, stress, fear, panic, all of those things are completely normal, and you have to stop running away from them. Okay? You are built to have them, but you are also built to handle them. Okay? We are all going through them. Every single person. And everybody, again, when we talked earlier, what was the other one? Avoiding. Stress, fear, anxiety, panic, all of those things, completely normal. You are built to handle them. That does not mean you are weak, but your job is to manage those feelings, not let them control you. You can manage them. You are built to control them. And it's up to us to kind of regulate those things. Again, all normal. You are built to have them, but you're also built to handle them. Did you want to say something? You look like you were going to say something.
No, that was just like powerful, because I hear this all the time, like, I'm anxious or I'm scared or I'm mad, but that's actually the wrong verbiage to use. The right verbiage to use is I am feeling nervous. I am feeling anxious, right? Because we are not our feelings. We are not our feelings. We feel feelings, and it's perfectly normal, and that's what you're supposed to do, is feel those feelings. But we are not those things. And that's the second part, is that we are built to handle those feelings. You absolutely are. It's already inside of you. And the ones, those of you that experience nervousness or anxiety, I totally get you, because I've taught, different courses on anxiety and how to manage your performance anxiety, because that's something that was very, very real to me. It was a feeling that was at times really, really overwhelming. But the problem is that we don't spend enough time practicing how to regulate those feelings that we're feeling. This is the piece that's missing. So it is not okay in my house, in my life, for me to say, I am anxious, I am frustrated. No. I am feeling anxious. I need to work on my regulation practice of those things. Okay. It is hard, it is difficult, and it can be very frustrating to try and get those things under control, but you absolutely have control. You are built to handle those emotions, and it takes a lot of practice for you to get control of those things.
Mm-hmm. So in Taekwondo, you get frustrated doing a pattern and want to quit, but you take a breath, reset, try again. That's strength. Okay. Having the feeling of panic doing a pattern we got belt testing coming up, guys. You're going to start qualifiers here pretty quick. Who gets a little nervous when they have to step up in front of the table? The table adds a little bit of stress. Understand that table there is put there intentionally. I do that on purpose to put you through stress. If you think that's an accident, you got to get your mind right around it. That is done intentionally. We put that there on purpose, but we get you there to handle the stress, handle the fear, handle the panic. Again, take a deep breath, reset, try again. Will you fail in it? Will you stumble? Will you make a mistake? Yes. Is that okay? Yes. That's strength. Pushing yourself through it. Again, going back to another one earlier, what we avoid controls us. I know, that was like mic drop right there. That's what I need. I need a mic drop animation.
I think it's important to say too, is that all of us experience these emotions differently. So you might see somebody else and they're like, man, that girl just got up there and like killed her pattern and she doesn't look nervous at all. Well, that might be true because, we've had different experiences and maybe we've put ourselves in some different, difficult, hard situations before. So we've all just had different levels of experience handling those things. And some of us have gotten better at them than others, or we've practiced them more, or we've purposely put ourselves so that we are forced to practice them more. And then just naturally, some of us might have more of a natural ability in the way or to, regulate some of those emotions. And so some of us are just going to have to work harder on some of these things. And this is when it comes to the anxiety or nervous, those are ones that were very, very hard for me to get a handle on. So that's why I became so passionate about learning how to regulate them and figuring out what was working for me. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that like everybody feels these things differently.
Awesome. So here's your challenge question for this one here. What's a feeling you sometimes struggle with during training? Maybe this, you could even write down maybe in life too. Okay. And what can you do to handle it better? What is a feeling you sometimes struggle with during training? Is it having a panic attack? Is it shaking? Like what is it? Like, what is that thing that you struggle with? What feeling, what emotion starts to take control when you train, when you go to school, okay, when you do things? Like, what is it? Okay, and how can you handle it better?
So I know this all originated from ChatGPT. So if you don't have a lot of tools in your toolbox of how to deal with this emotion or that emotion or whichever emotion that you're feeling, just go talk to ChatGPT and be like, hey, could you give me 3 tools to use when I'm feeling frustrated during class, during my Taekwondo class? Like, what could I pull out of my toolbox to help me regulate that emotion? And ChatGPT will like come up with some different strategies for you, because I know with the things that I teach for managing anxiety and performance anxiety and things like that, those are ones that have worked for me. But there's like so many different things to manage frustration, or feeling mad or feeling sad or frustrated or anxious or anything like that. Go to ChatGPT and be like, hey, I need 3 tools that I can like pull out when I'm feeling this during class.
All right, you'll suffer either way, so choose something worthwhile. Again, we put you guys through suffering on certain things, okay? All the people that just finished testing for their black belt, class 009, you don't think they suffered along the way? How many of them do you think wanted to quit along the way? How many of you have wanted to quit along the way? Normal feelings. Okay, we can choose to quit, run away, scared. That's fine. Okay? Or the suffering is going to happen anyway. If you quit, you'll suffer. You'll suffer the feeling, possibly regret. Man, like, what if I kept going another year or 2, 3? I could have been a black belt. Maybe I could have taught classes. Maybe I could have gone to the worlds. Maybe I could have done this, or maybe I just could have accomplished something. Maybe I could have just felt something worthwhile. Okay? Again, you're going to suffer either way. So make sure it's worth suffering for. Training is hard, but not training and feeling left behind also feels bad. Life has hard parts either way, so pick the path that's worthwhile. I'm going to get to a few things here because there is a lot of stuff we could unpack with this, but a couple here. Your legs are sore, your brain is tired, but you're closer to the next belt. That struggle means something. Okay? Again, every time you feel like I can't keep going, understand that you are just around the corner there. Okay? And if you quit too early, you're not going to see the fruits of your labor from it. You're not going to feel that accomplishment. Waking up early to study feels hard, but failing the test because you didn't study is also hard too. Choose the one that makes you proud. I didn't like studying for school, but the feeling of embarrassment of getting C's while my friends got B's or A's, or maybe lower, that feeling hurt more. The feeling of having to go to swim lessons, that might be scary for you. Maybe it's swimming that's your thing that you're a little afraid of. How about the feeling of being invited to your friend's birthday party and you're the only one who doesn't know how to swim? How's that? Those are all okay things, guys. I'm not trying to there's no poking fun with this, okay? The idea of reading. I don't like practicing reading. I don't like to go read. But boy, when the teacher calls on you and you haven't practiced reading, you haven't done the minutes and the hours of reading and built up the reps to practice, that feeling's a lot harder. So what is one hard thing in Taekwondo or in life that is actually worth the struggle? Is it the black belt? Maybe it is for you. Is it, I don't know, what is it? Just name something. Name a few things, right? Like, what is it in your life that's actually worth the struggle? Think about it. Write it down. So there are those 5 things right there that we just went through. And I'll actually put those up there again so that you guys can see them again. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to take this here. There's the final 3 questions I'm going to ask you. Which of the 5 truths stood out the most to you? So when I read those 5 things and we talked through each one of them, which one of them for you made you go, why does he have to talk about that? And I'm going to put them up real quick for you guys so you guys can just kind of take a look at them. Okay, these are the 5. Your brain lies to you constantly. What you avoid controls you. You are not who you think you are. You are who you practice being. You are wired for emotion, but built to regulate it. You will suffer either way, so suffer for something worthwhile. Which of those 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those really sat with you and said, yep, that's me. I avoid everything. I avoid the work that I need to do now so my day tomorrow is easier. I tell myself things like I'm not good at a sidekick. I don't like suffering, so I'll put it off tomorrow. But then all of a sudden, I'm testing for my black belt, and I haven't done a single 302 once. And now I'm sitting there panicking because I'm the only one who's running it at 80, 90, 70, 150 minutes, and everybody else is doing it in. How does that? You're going to suffer either way. So, like, which one? Which one of these 5? Okay, think about that. Your next question. What's one way you'll train your brain differently starting this week? So of those 5 things and those 5 questions, you don't have to attack all 5 this week. Pick one. Pick one of the challenges in each one of those categories. Pick one of those 5 things and pick one thing that you're going to do. Was it sparring that opponent? Well, try sparring them this week. Is it getting up in front of the class and performing your pattern? Talk to the coaches and be like, hey, Mr. A, can I do my pattern in front of the class? Like when we do patterns, can I do it in front of the class? I'm really scared to. I want to take it on. Yeah. Like, what's something that you can do? Can we fit that in there? Can we help with that? Is there something that we can do to make sure that you can overcome that thing? What's one thing that you're going to do? And lastly, what's something hard you'll choose to do because it matters? So what is one thing you're going to do? Is it never quitting and getting your black belt? Because you know that getting your black belt was something that you wanted when you started as a little baby boy, little baby girl, and you were just starting out and you were running around with your dobok that was way too big, running around little midget and everything, and now you're all like tall and everything. So now, like, which one is it? Okay, is it that? Is it getting A's on your schoolwork? I know you guys are on summer break and everything right now, but are you going to attack September with some ferocity, with some like motivation, with some drive, with some discipline, with some grit? And your like hope is this year, I am done being the person who gets C's. I am getting the A's. I am going to study. I am going to read. I am going to do my homework. Like, what are those things that you are going to attack? Because it matters. All right. Lastly, you train your body every time you step on the mats, but the secret weapon of a real champion is the brain. These 5 truths, they're like your black belt for your mind. And just like patterns in sparring, you get better the more you practice. So those 5 things there, guys, are going to take some practice. They're going to take some work. They're going to take some struggle. But trust me, they're what matters. I'm going to exit out of this screen here. Awesome. Boom, boom, boom. All right, everybody. Miss S, do you have anything you want to touch on before we kind of just shut this part down?
No, I just wanted to see everybody on there. Why can't we see these people?
That's what I don't know how.
What the heck?
All right, guys, I'm going to stop recording this part here. I really hope you guys enjoyed that there. I'm going to stop recording, and then you guys can feel free. If you guys have something that you guys wanted to say, like maybe there's something that you wrote down in there that you took away that you know you're going to be able to apply in your training or in your life starting today. Stop recording. Awesome. And hey, so I really hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Again, that was a lot of fun recording that one and doing that virtual workshop for everybody. And I really hope that those 5 topics there that we went through really helped you guys out and made you guys think about where this ties in to your training in martial arts, in Taekwondo, or just in your life in general. If you guys found any value out of it, please share this episode, share it with people that you know. But I also ask here, maybe just put down in the comments which one of those 5 truths hold you back the most. You know, is it the idea of what scares us, holds us back? Which one was it that really holds true to you and really holds you back in your training or in life? Comment below, share this episode, like, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot.